from home. Okay, so just bear with me quickly. Let me just get it quickly for us. There we go.
The skin's microbiome is an invisible ecosystem of
In my hand, I'm holding a coffee mug that I bought my wife, Christine, for Christmas a couple of years ago. And on it, it says, I just attended another meeting that could have been an email. Now, as much as I enjoy changing things up and socializing and spending maybe one day a week in the office, I think that if you look at recent economic statistics, working from home has not devastated all economies or all countries. And there's so many benefits to working from home. And I know that unfortunately not everyone has that option. But working from home is great for the environment because we don't have to commute to work. It's also great for our family life as we get to see our kids more often. And by the time that your child is 12 years old, you already spent 90% of the time that you will ever spend with them. And as hard as the past year has been, I cherish the moments I spend with my teenage sons. Most of them, they have not gotten into any trouble, as my wife Christine and I have been around a lot to watch them. Also, wasting 2 hours commuting to work is awful for our health as well. We have more time if we work partially from home. We have more time to exercise because we don't have that long commute. And we have more time to make a healthier and cheaper meal at home too. And I really hope that companies respect our family lives and let us work from home more often too, as long as, of course, we don't work in the manufacturing sector. Now, the younger generation has this wonderful new YOLO mentality. YOLO stands for you only live once. And why not enjoy our lives by working remotely if we can, and with several part-time remote jobs or side hustles too. And so the bottom line is, do we really need to be in an office every single day? Sure, sometimes, but we've all gotten by using Zoom. And I pray that we come out of this awful pandemic global situation soon. But why do we need to live in big cities anymore? And it's so interesting because the smart money is buying land far away from big cities. And why do we need to hire expensive labor in large cities? We don't. And my employees are in several countries and never in California where I live. And so the playing field is much more fair now, as it doesn't matter where you live in the world, which is incredibly deflationary in the long run. And also that, the cost of technology products is going to continue to plummet in the long run until there are no more barriers to entry based on where you live. And so the bottom line is, in many companies, there is no need to spend every day at the office, which is great for the environment, great for productivity, great for our health, and most importantly, great for our family lives.
So now we have learned what are the benefits of working from home. Okay, now let's go back to our discussion. So most adults work for 8 hours a day. Imagine you are working at home. Let's complete the table below. Tell us where you will work, what time you will start and finish work, and what things you will do in your free time. Okay. So what do you think, Jenny, would you start work?
Well, it could be 6 o'clock, 5:50.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. And what time would you finish work in the afternoon?
Well, 30.
So if you work 8 hours a day, so if you add 8 hours to 5:30, what time will you finish?
I don't know. Can you choose? Because I don't know.
So if you add 8 hours to 5:30, okay, so it's gonna be 14. So you will finish at 14:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
Do you think that would be nice?
that would be great.
And what activity? So when you take your 15 minutes break, what can you do?
Well, I could draw and paint on my iPad or paper. That's kind of relaxing for me.
It's relaxing. I like that. And when you take your 1 hour lunchtime, what can you do then?
Well, I could talk to people, and if they really have a free time, then I could play games. That's what I thought.
Yeah. So repeat that again.
I could talk to my friend or play game.
Okay. And why do you want to talk to your friends?
Because
Just to catch up.
Well, because it's just fun and have lots of things in mind. Question that is very funny.
Funny things to discuss. I like that, Jenny. Funny things to discuss. Excellent. Okay. Now, let's move on to the questions. Does working at home sound like a good idea? What do you think, in your opinion?
Well, in my opinion, it's great because, well, we can just sit on our beds or eat some food if we want because we don't get any trouble. And if people tell us, then they have to force us. But we're in our home, so we could do anything we want. So I don't care.
Yeah, we're the boss. We're our own boss. And if you work at home, what clothes will you wear and why?
Well,
What type of clothes would you?
if it's for the aesthetic and for people to look at, then I would put some clothes that I would normally go out to have some fun, or just clothes that kind of look like business clothes. Or if people don't care about other people, then I can just wear anything I could wear. Normally, I could wear like a clown.
Oh my goodness, that would be so funny. Oh, I love your idea. And tell me, if you see me, for example, dressing up like a Disney princess, do you think it would be cool?
That would be cool, but that's so in a weird way.
I know, hey? Absolutely. And what is the best room to work in at home? So if you had to work from home, which room would you work from? Would you work from your study? Do you work from your own room? Which room would you work from?
My bedroom, my own room.
Ah, your own room, yeah. And why would you work from your own room?
Because it just felt peace, quiet, and it's just a private room.
It is, yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Jenny. Now, once again, let's quickly read the article. What people have to say from working at home. So, can you read for us the article?
It's going to work 5 or 6 days a week is tiring. These days, however, technology is already improved. As a result, we can do our work at home. More and more people are working from home, but it is a good way to work. Some people say that working from home is an excellent idea. One reason is that workers don't have to commute to work every day. As a result, people will have more time to work or do other activity. Another benefit is that people who work at home are much happier. They can work in any room that they like. They can eat snacks. They don't have to sit next to annoying coworker. Other people say that working from home is not a problem. One problem is that people may not be motivated working if their bosses cannot see what they are doing. At home, there are too many fun things to do as watching television and playing computer games or just surfing the internet. Another problem is that workers who stay at home cannot easily meet other workers who discuss work. This means that workers will not carry out their assignment very well.
So now we have to listen to both sides. So based on that, why can people work from home these days?
Well, it's just that they could be free in just half free and just half doing our business. But other than that, it's quite fun because if we have a pet, then that will be heaven because we have to take care of pet. Especially if it's a baby and we don't know which babysitter is perfect for our pets, so that would be perfect. I don't know.
Yeah. And why would people who work from home have more time?
Because sometimes normally work lasted very long. Sometimes could be midnight. We don't get any sleep because of stress and work, and we have to do all of that at home, even though it's midnight. And at home, is sometimes work can be different because sometimes it could last much more shorter. So we could have much more time and freedom to ourselves. I think.
Yeah. And also, do you think the fact that you don't have to travel to work, you will have more free time?
Yes, a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And workers who work from home will be happier. Why?
Because they could have a fun trip even though it's their work time, but they still have trip because their time lasted shorter. So they could play with their friends, they could play with their dog, pets, stuff. They could do childish things as a secret. They could watch television as a movie.
Yeah.
The best way to watch a movie is eating food. It just hit different.
It just hit different. I like that. Where did you learn that?
TV.
It hits the spot. Yes, it hits different. Wow, I like your words that you are using. And tell me, why may people who work at home not be motivated to work? So on the other side, what do you think? They would not be motivated.
Well, sometimes work can last shorter. That means a lot of people can be lazy, which is one good thing and bad thing. The bad thing is they always sleep doing nothing and then it just drop. Sometimes they could even be late even though they're at home. I'm just saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Or something could happen. What if they trip and fall? Okay.
Yeah.
And what if something broke in the house?
And even in the middle of the process they're doing their business, sometimes the pet could be crazy out of nowhere and then pour water, make stuff like that. And sometimes our cat just bring us dead animals in the middle of the work.
They do. So my dog, she bought me a rat. Do you know a rat, a rodent?
Wait, so that's in the middle of the class?
Yeah. It was 2 weeks ago.
So
She
what
bought
do
me
you
a rat.
so what do you do? Like you just hold the dead rats? Because that's gross.
First of all, I screamed, and then I apologized to the student for screaming so loudly because I was like, I was so scared because the thing was still alive.
Wait, so when did your dog put the rats on to make you that scared?
So I've got my desk, okay? So I'm currently my desk is in the room next door my office. So I'm busy painting the walls. I'm busy renovating my office, and I was sitting there, and then next to my desk, what happened was she just dropped the rat there.
On the desk?
And next to the desk at the bottom there by my feet.
Ew.
I know. And then I saw its little feet went like this and its mouth went like up and down, and it's about to be dead. And she wanted to play with it.
What? I bring to you?
Oh, that's crazy. So I say to the student, just excuse me, I just need to remove a rat out of my office. So, and then I had to call my father, my dad, to come and help me because I'm too scared of touching the thing. What if it bites me? What if it runs over my face? So yeah, my dad came and he removed it, and he said that unfortunately it passed on. So yeah, my dog, she thought she wasn't biting it too hard, but she actually bit it too hard, and he didn't make it. But it's gone. My dad removed it, so I don't know where it is.
Well, she could bring it to you as a present. I mean, like cats do that, so why not dogs?
Yes, she did. She bought me a present to say it's when a like a mom or like when we give presents to say, like, that's the way they show love, to say that they love you. So to say she wants love, but I mean she could have just, you know what, she could have just lie next to me and I don't know, do anything else but not bring a rodent. We don't like rodents. So yeah, thank you for allowing me to share that, Jenny. And tell me, why would workers who work at home not carry out their assignments very well, based on what you read?
Well, sometimes they could carry on some activity that they do. Sometimes they could draw, which is really distracting for some people who do that as a hobby, because I do. And people would normally talk to friends or going to a trip, which is the worst part in the middle of the work, because of course we already done that, but sometimes we could done our work and some of the assignment left that we could do it later because, you know, we feel lazy. And then we go to a trip and then we forgot, and then tomorrow we have to do it, and then we just become late.
Yeah, and then the time has passed, and then we realize, oh no, it's way too late. We cannot do it anymore, or we have to rush it, and then we don't do it really well. So well done, Jenny. That was really good. Now, moving on to our vocabulary part. So look at the 5 words we've got here. Okay. So what is your understanding of a co-worker?
Well, is the person who works in a business.
Yeah. So would you, if myself and you work together, would I be your co-worker?
So it's kind of like a partner things, but which one important?
Yeah. So co-worker means your co-partner, your co is the employee you work with. So co-worker means someone you work with.
Yeah.
Guys, so you got it right. Well done, Jenny. And what does it mean to be motivated?
Well, we feel a lot of energy in our bodies, and we just run around doing stuff. You know, stuff that we normally don't do. That just 1% of the life we normally feel motivated for the first time. Just 1%.
And what is your understanding of a boss?
Well, it's an important person. It could be the person who built that business to become much more successful. That could be a boss. And he could be the person who chooses the person who is perfect to work in the business. Think.
Yeah. Excellent. And what does it mean to commute?
It's kind of like the work. Okay, I know, but I don't know how to explain it.
So, for example, for me to commute to work, I need to take the subway or the bus.
Okay.
So, commute means to travel.
Yeah.
Right. And what is an assignment?
It's kind of like homework, but forcefully and painfully.
And painfully. Well said, Jenny. That was good. Okay. So, Jenny, can you put the vocabulary words for us in number 1 to 5?
My father boss is terrible. He makes other workers work for many hours. 2. I am motivated to get good scores this year because my parents will buy me a new smartphone. 3. My mother and her co-worker at work are best friends. 4.
Excellent.
It's not fun to commute assign at rush hour because the roads are too busy. No, commit. That big commit.
Commute, yes.
Number 5, I didn't go to school
I didn't do my school
assignment because I forgot about it. Worst luck.
Yeah. Well done. That was excellent. Okay. Now, moving on to our opinions. Once again, you are going to match number 1 to number 4 with A to D with the supporting opinion. Okay.
As people who work at home will do more work during the day. 2. If people who work at home, our environment will be cleaner. 3. It can be difficult to concentrate when working at home. 4. It's boring to work at home. A. Because they will be less tired. B. Because their family or pet bother you all the time. C. Because people don't travel to different places. D. Because people will use their cars to travel works every day. 1. People who work at home will do more work during the days. D. It's D.
Here we go.
Number 2, if people work at home, our environment will be cleaner. Is C. Number 3, it can be difficult to concentrate when working at home. Is D.
Yeah. Especially rats.
And sibling. I hate them. Number 4, it's boring to work at home. Is A.
It's boring to work at home because there will be less study. Yes, well done. That was really good. Now let's go over to the refuting part. Okay, so once again, match number 1 to 4 with A to D.
People will waste their time to work at home. It is difficult for workers to contact their coworker who work at home. 3. People feel much happier working at home. 4. People who work at home will have more free time. Actually, this is not true. People who work at home work longer hours because they worry that they are not doing enough work. B. Because people who work at office waste their time. 2. In fact, they probably waste more time. C. This natural co-worker use email or smartphone to get in touch with each other. D. Not really. Many people who work at home often feel lonely and miss working with the co-worker at the office. It's number 1. People will waste their time if they work at home. B.
Yeah, because it's about wasting time. Well done. What about number 2?
It's difficult for worker to contact the co-worker who work at home. Is D and C.
Yeah.
3. People must feel much happier working at home. Is D. Yes. Number 4. People who work at home will have say.
Yeah. So, Chinny, I'm going to show you something quickly. Just give me a... So, she just climbed onto me. I'm going to show you. Okay. You see her?
Oh, I see her.
No. Say hello, Olive.
Wait, I have a question. Where do you get a pet? Wait, where do you have the pets?
Where do I?
Yes, where do you get the pets? Because I never have one. Because I want to know when I grow up.
So I got her 3 years ago.
Oh.
But I had a dog. I got my first puppy 12 years ago. But then my puppy passed away. And then I got her. So yeah, so she lives with me, and she's in my office. She's got a bed in my office. She is in my room, and she's always around me.
Oh, okay, that's kind of.
Yeah. Okay, and then the last one, number 4.
C.
There we go. Well done, Jenny. Excellent. Okay, now moving on to our next part. So what we're going to do is, with debate, very important, okay? We always need to identify the main idea. But before we're going to do that, let's quickly read for us the supporting opinion.
As more people should work from home, this because it will help you. It will help to make our environment cleaner. Most people drive their car to work. Cars allow pollution, therefore fewer cars in the road will improve our environment. Another advantage is that workers will less tired. They will be healthier and happier. These workers will do more work each day. As a result, their company will be more successful. The other will not get sick or stressed.
Okay. Now, identify what is the main idea.
As more people should work from home.
Okay. And why? Can you give us the supporting ideas?
This because it will help to make our environment cleaner. And people drive their cars to work. Car cars allow pollution. Fewer cars on the road will improve our environment. Another advantage is that workers will less tired.
So workers will be less tired. And why will they be less tired?
They'll be healthier and happier. These workers will do more work each day. As a result, their company will be more successful than more successful. The worker will not get sick or stressed.
Stress and sick. Well done. Okay. So more people should work from home. Why? Because it will help make the environment cleaner, Cars will cause less of pollution, so that is an example. So fewer cars on the road will improve the entire environment. And another reason why should people work from home? Workers will be less tired, they will be healthier and happier, and they will do more work each day. And therefore, companies will be more successful, and workers will also not get sick or stressed. Okay, well done. Now moving over to the opposing part. So can you read for us the opposing part?
This is not a good idea for people to work at home. Workers may enjoy being at home for a short time, but they get bored very quickly. A bored person will not be a good worker. Therefore, it is much better for workers working in the office together. In the office, many exciting things happening every day. In addition, it's hard to concentrate when working at home. Workers will think about things they need to do, such as the laundry. It's much easier to concentrate on work in an office.
Fantastic. Now, what is the main idea in this opinion?
As it's not a good idea for people to work at home.
Alright, now give us a supporting idea. Why is it not a good idea for people to work from home?
As workers may enjoy being at home for a short time, but they get bored very quickly. A bored person will not be a good worker. Therefore, it's much better for workers to work in an office together.
Right?
Office make exciting things happen every day. Addition, it is hard to concentrate when working at home. Workers will think about things they need to do, such as the laundry. It's much easier to concentrate on work in an office.
Nice. So basically, they're saying here it's easily to get distracted, and they get bored very quickly when they work from home. Okay, well done, Jenny. That was really good. Now, moving on to our next part. So, do you think it will be difficult to concentrate on your work if you stay at home?
Well, no. Well, it just depends if you are used to it. Like at home, that's fine. If you're an introvert, that would be great. If you're an extrovert, then I don't know. Sometimes you get used to the place, like really used to the place, especially the people. So you could think in the office would be great for you because you know every people, you know every people moves, and you're used to the place, which is a great thing for you. Of course, why not? But I think at home would be great because it's just more peace.
Yeah. If you work from home and you have silence around you, do you think you could be more effective?
No, silence just great.
And do you think you will get a lot more work done working from home?
Well, basically, kinda. It's just that sometimes I could need people help. So yeah. Now think of that.
You kind of do. And tell me, if you need someone's help and you go on Zoom like you're communicating with me, and your coworker tells you, "So Jenny, don't worry, I'm gonna help you. This is how you do it." Would you still prefer to go to an office, or would you just speak to her on Zoom?
An office. Because sometimes they could say name that I don't understand, so that could be embarrassing because I don't know.
And will you be happy to stay at home all day?
Yes, if I have someone to talk with or play with.
Yeah. And do you like to meet other people face to face, or do you prefer sending text messages?
people with face to face.
I agree. And will it be more difficult to work as a team if people are not in the same room?
Well, that's just normal, but I guess in the same room that could be awkward because sometimes you don't know that person or that person. Sometimes you can question about some word and you don't know any person, so you could feel embarrassing questioning other people. So that's very embarrassing.
Right. I agree with you. And imagine that you are the boss. Do you want your workers to work in the company office or work at home?
At home.
And why would you say at home?
Well, peace. It's like people don't have to look at each other because I don't really like people look at me. Even though if it's one person, then no. I don't know that person, so no. I think working at home is much more better because they only look at the project, not us.
Right? Yeah, very true. You got a valid point there. And tell me, would you ever want to be a boss?
I wish to.
What company would you like to have?
Well, Amazon. I mean, why not?
Yeah. I mean, come on. Who doesn't want Amazon?
Yeah.
And how would you feel? How would you feel if you were the boss of Amazon?
Well, sometimes just lazing around. Sometimes just talk with people. Sometimes it could be fun.
Yeah. Would you motivate your people who works for you?
Yes. Why not?
Yeah. And will you give them discount on things they buy?
If they work hard.
I like that. If they work hard, they can get some discount. Well done, Jenny. That was really good. Now, moving on to the debate part. So tell me, okay, so we have more people should work from home. It is difficult to communicate with others when we work at home. It is boring to work at home. So which one would you like to debate?
It's number 3.
Okay, so what you're going to do is it is boring to work at home. So you are going to, okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to first make your statement, okay. Say, I think it is boring to work from home, or I think it isn't boring to work from home. And then you're going to give us your supporting ideas of why. Okay. You have to give me 3 reasons why. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You can start.
Is it boring to work at home? Well, it just depends on people, which is like or dislike. If we are an extroverts, that would be great because we could do our own stuff, eat, sleep, whatever, and we can work in peace without people looking us or checking us or check us if we are cheating or something for no reason. And that would be great because we could feel at peace for some other reason.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. And can you give me one more reason?
Well, the reason is that we could have a pet sometimes. We could hold our pets while in a meeting, but we are at home. Sometimes we could eat our food, but we could make silence. That would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Jenny. Okay, so now I'm going to refute you. So I think it is boring to work from home, although you make valid points and I agree with you, but for the sake of the exercise, I'm just going to refute. So the reason why it is boring to work from home is you don't get to speak with a lot of people. And although it would be fun to be around your pet the whole entire day, sometimes they sleep and you don't get to talk with them and they don't really respond to you. They just eat and sleep. And then I also think working from an office or outside home, it makes things more fun and it makes you do more exercise and be more active. Because working from home, you don't get a lot of exercise. You have to do a lot of things. You sit the whole day, or you need to be ready to be able to work for a very long time. So you don't get to stand up or walk or commute to work. So yeah, that is my opinion. So what do you think about that, Jenny?
Well, that counts. And I have nothing to say because I don't know. That counts.
Yeah, but I still prefer working from home. Okay, so working from home is the best. Okay, so Jenny, for homework, which one would you like to do? Number 1 or number 2?
Number 2.
It is difficult to communicate with others when we work at home. So Jenny, for homework, once again, you're going to refuse and you're going to oppose. Okay, so tell me, Jenny, did you have fun today?
Yes.
Oh, you did really great, and I like your opinions that you brought to the table today. You really outdone yourself. So, Jenny, thank you so much for a great session, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day, Jenny. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Have a great day.